you. One, two, three, four. Spirit is in this place. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a fabulous idea you had coming to CSL Asheville today. This is going to be a rockin' place. We've got Reverend Lydia Joy Ayers in the house. We've got David Washington in one voice. We've got all kinds of good stuff happening. So thank you for joining us online as well. We've got some energy, some excitement. We've got an incredible announcement later on today, so stick with us. It's going to be great. So thank you for sharing this, how great this place is on social media. This needs to be shared. All this good stuff. There's lots of good stuff. So please take pictures. I'll pose for you. And while you got your phone out, go ahead and silence them for us. We've got Kristen. Please stand up. Kristen is going to do our Serenity Sound Bath today. This is a fabulous experience. Seriously, if you haven't done it before, I recommend checking it out today or some other time when she offers it. Today at 1 o'clock upstairs in the kids' space. And if you have mobility issues and would like to drive around and go up to the upper parking lot, that's available as well. We've got a Firewalk fundraiser with our very own Reverend Dr. Kate Grayson, as well as John Waterhouse. It's going to be incredible, and it's going to be Friday, September 8th at 7 p.m. There's a suggested love offering for $25. Nobody's going to be turned away. It's going to be incredible. You should come. Really, walking on fire is a good thing. Sylvia, please come in Reverend Sylvia, please come in the room. She's over there in the doorway. This is Reverend Sylvia, folks. She has created a CSL event table. So anything that's happening here, all the things that are happening here, will be shared on that table, as well as the ability to sign up for classes and other workshops and potlucks and things like that. So it's a very cool thing. It's right over there where the bookstore used to be, and there's a bulletin board. We'll have a calendar of events as well. It's cool. Thank you, Reverend Sylvia. We've got so many inspiring, amazing, and beautiful things happening here at CSL Asheville. So please check out all of our events on the event table out there in the social hall, as well as on our website at cslasheville.org/events. Thank you to all the hearts and hands and voices that make this day and this place so very special. So let's say the August affirmation together aloud, please. I am a spiritual being living my perfect human life. And with that, we light the light.
the stillness of this moment, as I listen to my breathing, I find that I am living in the spaces between places, in the stillness of this moment, in my quiet meditation, I feel myself drawn up into being and seeing light.
God is all there is. God is infinite time and space. God is flow. God is love. God is each and every one of us. God is you. God is me. God is peace. God is divine spirit, divine conduit, magic healing places, Center for Spiritual Living, Asheville. God is. I am peace, I am flow, I am divine conduit, I am receiver, I am communicator, I am love, I am ease, I am beauty, I am harmony, I am voice celestial. And this is what I know. This is what I know for each and every one of us. I know a family, a kinship, connections that go across the universe, across the globe. These connections are amazing. They are uplifting. They are changing the consciousness of the planet right here and right now. You are a part of this. You are it. I know for each and every one of us that we have plenty of money to share and spare. Every bill paid in time and on time. I know for each and every one of us plenty of money to do what it is we came here to do. You have plenty of money, time, resources, people, place, thing, object, whatever it is that you are choosing to create in this timeline is here right now. Simply reach out and grab it. I know for each and every one of us that we are on our divine right path. This path is wide open and clear. It is easy. It is beautiful. It is manifested. It is already done in the mind of God and Goddess. It is already done. Your heart's blown wide open to receive the information, whatever it is that you're choosing to create. It is here now. What I know for each and every one of us is that we are perfectly happy, healthy, and wealthy in this body temple. This body temple right here is upgraded in the choosing, saying, yes, I choose. I choose to be upgraded right here and right now. I choose the miracle. I choose to be perfect, whole, and complete from the top of my head to the tips of my toes, releasing everything and anything that does not belong in this divine body temple. That is not God. That is not Goddess. Releasing anything that no longer serves us into the nothingness from whence it came. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful for this tribe, the circle of amazing beings that you are with. This container of amazing beings, of uplifters, agents of change, of prayers, prayerful people, of practitioners, of ministers. I am grateful. I am grateful for the wealth that we have to receive. I'm grateful for the wealth that pours into Centers for Spiritual Living. I am grateful for our manifestations, our books, our talks, our gifts, our paintings, whatever it is. I am grateful. And I am grateful for a body temple that is happy, healthy, and wealthy, and is upgraded right here, right now. I am so grateful. I release these words. I release these words into law, into divine, loving law, knowing that it is already done in the mind of God and Goddess. And so it is.
In the stillness of this moment, in my quiet meditation, I feel myself drawn up into seeing and being mine.
So before we do the treatment for our new senior minister, I'd like to remind you that there's copies of this prayer out on the Welcome Center. Please take them home. Please know with us as we get so very close to having our candidates come and visit. Please know this truth with us, that this beautiful new senior minister is already here, already supporting this continual thriving and growing community. So, together aloud, please. There is only one mind. It is the source of all things, from the invisible to the visible. It creates out of itself what is like itself, forever expanding and evolving. I know this source as love. As I know this to be the truth of the one, I know that it is the absolute truth of me. And as it is the truth of me, I know it is the absolute truth of our new senior minister. As Spirit is love, so is our new senior minister. Therefore, I speak my word now, knowing our new senior minister is already in the mind of the one. I know that our new senior minister, as the life of the divine, shows up as integrity, joy, compassion, and love. And this love is an expanded awareness of shared leadership for all. I give thanks to know this truth and to speak my word. I release my word into the perfect action of the law, knowing this prayer has already been answered. And so it is.
Good. 2, 3, 4. Every time I try something new, someone offers a point of view. If you really want to be my friend, just know success for me in the end. See opportunity in disguise. I'm the one who gets to decide. I know success when I just hang in. I did it before, I can do it again. I know success when I just hang in. I did it before, I can do it again.
Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again.
Every time I try something new, a little bit of fear comes too. I turn around to meet it face to face and put that worry back in its place. It's the opportunity in disguise. I'm the one who gets to decide. I know success when I just hang in. I did it before, I can do it again. I know know success when I just hang in. I did it before, I can do it again.
Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again.
Something wants to be created, and it wants to come through me. Unique essences of life come to birth as brand new living forms on earth. Every time I try something new, a little
bit of light comes through.
I know success when I just hang in. I did it before, I can do it again.
Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again. Did it before, I can do it again.
So I do believe that I forgot to say who I was. I'm April Connor. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center, as well as your center administrator. And it's my great honor to introduce my friend, Lydia Joy Ayers. So a lovely little bio here, but something that wasn't in the bio is that we met almost a year ago this month. So Reverend Lydia Joy Ayers has been in Science of Mind since 2014. They became a practitioner at Universal Spirit Center in San Diego in 2018 and a licensed minister in 2022. Reverend Lydia Joy is currently based in Winston-Salem, undertaking a Master's in Divinity program. They are pursuing a professional chaplaincy program, and their mission is to provide a space of compassion, grace, and wonder to those in spiritual need. Please welcome Reverend Lydia Joy Ayers.
Thank you. Good morning. Whoa. We're going to do some pulpit feng shui real quick. It's okay. Hi. It's good to be with you all. I don't know why I think I need a pen, but I brought one. So today we're going to talk about passion. I think most of you are probably aware that Centers for Spiritual Living has a set of global themes, and this month's theme is talking about passion and purpose. I got really excited at the opportunity to go over some of those topics today. I'll admit I was a little nervous when April asked me to speak this morning, because I'm always a little nervous, especially about speaking, and because I had had kind of a full week before coming here, and when I agreed to speak, I said sure, because Spirit was moving that way, but I was also not quite certain, when am I going to have time to write this talk? Because sometimes it can take a while. And then I looked at the global theme for the month, and it was passion, and I realized I've been writing this talk for about 3 months. So it was already done for the most part. It's amazing how God works out like that. A good friend of mine from Universal Spirit Center likes to say, how usual. We're going to talk a little, oh, thanks. That's not mine, but thanks. So we'll talk about passion. First, we're going to talk a little bit about what passion is, and because I think I shared this with you when I was here in May, I really like words. I love definitions. I can get sucked into the Wikipedia etymology of a word for 6 hours and sort of lose the plot of what I meant to be doing anyway, but it's fun. I love the way that God moves through language. So I looked up the word passion, And there are, I don't know if you have recently looked up the word passion, there are a lot of definitions. Some of them are surprisingly painful. One of the main definitions of passion is about the week preceding Jesus' death in the story of Jesus' life. And as soon as I read that and saying it now, I'm like, oh yeah, the passion of the Christ, that's what that meant. It hadn't occurred to me that that was a technical term for Christ's suffering. And part of me really wanted to connect different definitions of passion, and then part of me thinks that that's too much mental gymnastics. But I think it is worth pointing out that nearly every definition of passion that I found talks about a barely controllable, almost all-consuming desire or interest or enthusiasm. And also, that was, you open the dictionary, definition 1, and then definition 2 is the suffering of Christ. It's like, interesting to see those next to each other. And it was interesting for me to think of how many times has passion made me suffer? Not capital P passion like the crucifixion narrative. Don't worry, we're not going to spend too much time on the crucifixion narrative. I'll get off of it in a second. But the passion of that, and how uncomfortable can it be just in my own self to recognize what I'm passionate about and feel that. I have been a person who for long periods of my life avoided exciting feelings. I don't do that now, but I used to, and there was a time when it was uncomfortable to be enthusiastic about something. And there is a time even now when it's uncomfortable to be enthusiastic or engaged because it asks a lot of me. I'm seeing a few nods. I'm not the only person. That's great. It can ask a lot of us to be overwhelmed by interest and overwhelmed by the sense of the divine moving in us, because I want to point out that that's what I think passion is. If we know in Science of Mind, as we all know, I know that you've been here for a long time, God is all there is. God has moved in a way that creates this reality because God wants this reality, because something is happening here that is magical and beautiful and perfect, and it is exactly what the divine needs so that it can express itself. And thinking about that alongside the concept of passion, I was thinking that maybe passion is like a signal post. For this is where the divine wants me to be going. This is what the divine wants me to do, because I'm here for something. I'm here so that the divine, so that God, so that spirit can express itself fully. And those feelings of overwhelming enthusiasm and joy and interest are pulling me to the expressions that the divine wants to have. Take a breath. I think last time I was here, we talked about the Bible. We're not going to do any more Bible today. I'm done with it. We are going to talk about a lot of Rumi, though. One of the many poems by Rumi that I love. I almost brought this whole poem to read you. I decided not to make you do that. But just hear these words with me for a minute, and then I promise I'll make it make sense. Maybe. Actually, I take it back. I don't promise. But I'll try. Okay. Listen to the story told by the reed of being separated. Since I was cut from the reed bed, I have made this crying sound. Anyone apart from someone they love understands what I say. Anyone pulled from a source longs to go back. Anyone pulled from a source longs to go back. And while I would never say that we are separated from our source, we certainly sometimes think so. And the material world certainly sometimes makes it seem like that. And I think the longing to go back, the longing of passion, the way that passion is both a moving and energetic emotion, and the way that it is so insistent and urgent and feels like something's just underneath it. Like, I know it's here, I know it's here, I know it's here. is the divine calling out to our longing to return to the divine. It's the little seed inside of God's stuff walking around, looking for where it can grow and remembering where it came from. It's the beautiful hollow reed flute, longing to go back into the field, remembering where it's from, and that it is connected to every other reed flute and the marsh and the water. I think that the purpose of passion is so that we learn to live in our fullness and joy and act as a conduit for the divine energy to flow. And I think in your beautiful prayer this morning, you said, I am a conduit. And that has been sticking in my mind all week as I've thought about what passion means in the context of divine life and in the context of CSL. I think it calls us to be a channel for where something wants to show up in our lives, where the divine wants to show up. And I think that it is often the work of a lifetime to find those passions and seek them out in a real and authentic way. And I think that very unfortunately in our society, we get trained out of this, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. I think we talk about passion in the sense, let me back up. I think we look at passion with blinders on in society sometimes. Bear with me. It's because of capitalism. Thank you. Thank you. I was waiting. I'm like, please, someone react. I need you to react to this. Thank you. I remember being taught from a very young age to find what you're passionate about, and then that'll be your career. And that'll be how you make money, and then your life will be great, and you'll be doing what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, and all of those things that do sound nice and do the concept of passion and do the truth of my passion a huge disservice. Because please, if you hear nothing else from me this morning, please hear me say that you are worth more than your productivity, and your passion is worth more than the money that it could possibly bring you if you turn it into a hustle. It does not have to be a hustle. Oh. Thank you. Some of you may be familiar with the concept of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And if you're not, the very, very nutshell, not at all expert explanation is fixed mindset bases itself on the idea that we have qualities, we have intelligence, and we only have so much of it. You know, I was born with 80% intelligence and 20% neatness and like 30% being good at speaking. And that's it. And it can never get better. A growth mindset thinks that everything is a skill that can be developed. So if I'm, 3 out of 10 at a skill, I can work on it and get better at it instead of, oh, that's just not your lot in life. And I think that when we're taught to equate our passions to our careers or to our financial stability in a capitalist society, we are taught that passion is a fixed, unchangeable part of ourselves, and that we only have so much of it, and that we have one right passion, and our job is to figure out what it is. Instead of being taught how to cultivate the experience of passion and follow the curiosity that comes along with passion and live lives that are vibrant and dynamic. So when we awaken to our passion, we awaken to God's life. And when we allow it to grow, we let it flow. And I know that rhyming is, it is a cute little rhyming phrase, and I mean it. When we let passion grow, when we let passion be something that we see as a changing, energetic process in our lives, we are allowing the creative energy, we are allowing the divine to do what it wants through our lives instead of assuming that it needs to be exactly the same as it was when I was in kindergarten, because it's not. No part of me is the same as that. Why would my passion be? The founder of our philosophy, Dr. Ernest Holmes, says in this thing called You, life will be to you what you are to it. Somehow you must link your will, your thought, your intellect, your imagination, and your feeling with the divine presence which is already there. Cultivating our curiosity and our passion is how we tie our intellect, our imagination, and our feeling with the divine presence that is already there. You can call it passion if you want to. You can call it curiosity if you want to. I was really intrigued this week by aligning it more with passion than with curiosity because, like I talked about in the beginning of this, passion is such an overwhelming experience. And I thought of those mystic experiences that people like Teresa of Avila or Eckhart Tolle have had, and how overwhelming it is in the moment. And then they were aware of what they were passionate about. They were aware of what passion felt like and how to follow it in their lives. So I also mentioned earlier that I have been writing this talk all month. On Friday, I finished a 10-week internship in a hospital to become a professional chaplain. And it was one of the greatest experiences that I think I have ever had. And I had to reckon with the fact that I have been running from this experience for about 10 years, despite the fact that I wanted to have it. Has anyone else ever done that? The word chaplain lodged itself in my head around 10 or 12 years ago. And I had about 600 reasons why I couldn't do it. I've already become a nurse. I'm already doing this. I'm on this track. I spent this much time in school. I'm not a minister. I'm da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I could list them all. But it also kept calling to me. So I went through school, and I went through school again, and I moved, and I entered a program. And the night before this internship started that I have been waiting to do for a decade, I was beside myself with anxiety and something bordering on sorrow, because it dawned on me that for these last 10 years, while I've been thinking about this and not quite doing it yet, it was an idea. Excuse me. And now tomorrow the thing becomes real, and what if I hate it? And what have I been doing all this time? That didn't happen, fortunately. If it had happened, I would have been fine, but it didn't. And at the end of my first week, I was talking to a friend, and I heard the words, I hadn't thought of this, but I heard the words come out of my mouth, and I said to him, "My soul feels like a fish in water." I had found the thing that just felt right, that just felt like being in flow, that was exciting and all-consuming and didn't wear me out and also completely wore me out all at the same time. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. And it was a good moment for me to step back and remember that this is what it can be like when I follow the things that are calling to me. And I also am aware of the blatant hypocrisy of standing up here telling you, don't worry, you don't need to monetize your passions. And then I'm like, but wait, I found a career that works for mine. I am aware that it doesn't always work that way, nor do I think these two things have to be lined up. I just want to let you know that I hear myself saying this too. Don't worry. But I think we lose our passions as kids or young adults or at some point in our lives. It's sort of trained out of us. And the way that this showed up in my life was I had about 1 million reasons why I couldn't do something. And a litmus test that I like to use on a lot of my decisions is how much explaining do I need to do to make this make sense? And if I have to explain for more than 10 minutes why I'm doing something or not doing something, I probably need to back up, because I don't think anything should require that much justification. What I was doing was talking myself out of it, because the intensity of passion was too much. Because, as I have mentioned, I used to be a person who did not like feelings. My very first prac session ever, I sat across from a wonderful man. His name was Tim Edgington. He was a practitioner in San Diego, wonderful person. I sat there and he asked, "What do you want to work on today?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't really like feelings. I don't need to do the feeling thing in here." And he looked at me kind of like this. He was like, "Okay, this is going to be fun. You don't like feelings?" I was like, "No." And then I remembered a few years earlier in nursing school talking to a friend of mine about, I think it was a concert, that I had enjoyed. And she invited me to another concert that she also thought I would enjoy. And I turned it down, and my exact words to her were, I don't really like liking things. It took me years to recognize why she gave me that look that you're giving me now. You don't like liking things? I was so afraid of what it meant because it didn't line up with the other things that I thought I should be doing. And if I liked something, then I had to prepare a 10 to 30-minute dissertation on why I will not be doing that thing, despite the fact that I like it, because it doesn't match with the career guidance that came out in 6th grade in my career counseling, or whatever it was. It's capitalism. Another way I think that we lose touch with our passion is our culture teaches us to be very competitive. And there is a wonderful empowerment in telling everyone, you have a special gift, you're the best at being you, everyone's the best at something. And from my own experience, that can be exhausting to hear because I don't really feel like I'm the best at anything. And then the pressure to need to be the best at something makes me not want to try any of it. It's exhausting, and I can't go there. Has anyone else in the room ever felt that way? Oh, good, I'm not alone. Yay. And something switched for me about that recently. Lifelong recovering perfectionists, that's just where we're going to be. I'm sure you're all familiar with the phrase and the concept, anything worth doing is worth doing well. And I think that applies when you're doing things like caulking a bathtub. But otherwise, anything worth doing is worth doing poorly until you learn to do it right. Those are not my words. I would love to take credit for it. It's not mine. But I read an article over the summer. Yeah, I think it was over the summer. And this woman was talking about surrendering the need to be perfect, and a friend said to her, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. And how much freedom comes in learning, like, okay, maybe I'm really passionate about this craft, or about cooking, or about running, or about whatever it is, just being here, and I don't really know how that looks, and I don't really know how to do it, and it's worth doing badly until I can learn to do it well. It's worth doing badly until I can learn to do if it's even what I want to be up to. It's worth doing badly so I can tell how it feels inside. Because that inner reed flute, that inner compass, that inner whatever is always calling out to the God reed bed, to the God North Star, to the God whatever you want to call it. And I need to give it the chance to sing. I need to give it the chance to call out and recognize itself in the things I'm interested in. And, of course, so do you. I just try not to stand up here and tell you what to do. So this is what I need to do. So as you go from here, and as you go through your week, and as you go into the exciting, amazing, extraordinary month that you are about to have, I'd invite you to take your passion back. You don't have to know what it is, and you don't have to know where you're going with it. You don't have to have a plan to monetize it, or an Etsy store set up, or a new degree waiting for you at the end of it. But I do invite you to release the need to be perfect, or impressive, or even good. And try something and let it be bad, and let it be messy. I'm going to leave you with one more little quote by Rumi. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia Joy. Is there anybody in the room for the very first time? Please raise your hand. Yay! My friend Ann here, our friend Ann, has a card for you to complete. It's just
a little asking for your contact information. We don't inundate you with information. We just want to share all the fabulous things that is happening here at the center. Anybody else? All righty. Thank you. I'd like to invite our prosperity acceptors to come forward, please. This is the glorious moment where you take out what you're going to give, hold it next to your heart. These gifts support this center in continuing to offer these beautiful, inspirational services that keeps the lights on, keeps the air conditioner on, thank goodness. It supports this center in continuing to do this good work. And if you've noticed, on the back of each of your seats, there is now a QR code to make your giving easier. There's also our giving envelopes for those people who want to give in an identifiable way. And please, let's say our prosperity affirmation together aloud, please. I affirm that all CSL Asheville's accounts, now and continually, are filled with an all-sufficiency of visible funds to meet all its needs, wants, desires, and commitments, with a divine surplus, share and to spare. And so it is.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know that everything in these baskets is blessed because it came from you. All of this energy from this fabulous music and message and love and presence is all here in these baskets. And we take this and we deposit it into the bank accounts and we keep the lights on, we keep the air conditioner on, and we keep this glorious energy going. But this energy is also in you. And this is what you take out into the world. And this is who you are. I am so grateful for all of this, for this continued prosperity and thriving of this community and the message and the wisdom that we share. I am so grateful for all of this and so much more. And so it is.
Yes.
David Renham.
a soul in every one of us, in every neighborhood. And I believe with all my heart, and every soul is good. Every day, quietly, 'cause we are born for greatness,
Born for greatness.
everyday greatness,
Everyday greatness.
born for greatness.
Born for greatness.
Every day,
Every day.
oh, born for greatness.
Born for greatness.
Everyday greatness.
Everyday greatness.
Born for greatness.
Born for greatness.
Every day.
Every day.
Well, you ready? I'm up here. My name's Tim Wagner. I'm a licensed practitioner and president of your board of trustees. And I've been asked to come up here and let you know that I can say that our guest speaker is Reverend Lydia. Remember last time? I couldn't do that, so I'm better back at. Well, I think you've heard some hints before. This is a month. This is our time and this is our place. Your search committee, and let me mention the names of those who are on the search committee: Reverend Chaplain Jim Rigsby, Chaplain Judith Loniak, Vivian Bowling, Amika Venturi, Andrea Bishop, Robin Heath, and April Connor. This committee has spent hours and hours working on coming up with a recommendation to the Board of Trustees for those ministers to become candidates for our senior minister. The Board of Trustees has approved this list, and at this time I would like to announce we have two candidates. Reverend Chris Alexander, who has spoken here before, and Reverend Dr. Susie Schladel. Both of these ministers are outstanding. They are fully qualified and will be perfect and wonderful senior ministers at this center. But that decision is up to you. And in preparation for that, we will be having minister candidate conferences and speaking for the next 2 weekends. You will find more information will come out to you on our email with all of the details. And just in your planning purposes, the fourth Sunday, we will vote. So August is our month. Pray for us, know for us that this is the right path, and we are on it. Thank you.
It's official, folks. I'd like to invite our practitioners to come forward, please. These are individuals that have done years of work on themselves so they can know the truth for you, no matter what is apparent in your own life. So please, if you have anything that looks like a problem or an issue in your life, please see one of these individuals. These people will stay in the room to know the truth for you in what we call the 1-minute miracle, or you can set up a practitioner session. Our contact information is on the wall in the social hall, also on our website. So please, if you have something going on in your life, please see one of these amazing individuals. Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. Ann, yay, thank you so much. So Ann has a card for you to fill out, and if you will, just give us their contact information. Again, we don't inundate you with information. We just want to share all the cool things happening here. So I'd like to say a brief prayer for the bountiful food that we have awaiting for us in the Waterhouse Social Hall. So please close your eyes and know with me that this fullness of life exists everywhere at all times. It is right here, right now, and it is in this glorious food and these amazing conversations and this beautiful spiritual community that we have and that we enjoy. And I know that all of this food is blessed and sacred because everything is. And we get to enjoy it. We get to enjoy each other's company and enjoy life. And I am so grateful for all of this and so much more. And so I simply let it go and let it be so. And so it is. Please join with me in saying the benediction aloud together. Stand up and we'll finish the benediction, and then we're going to sing out. So, something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my affairs. I accept it. I am it. I share it, just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. And so it is.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love will heal us all.
Let me know that love will heal us all.